Good day, everyone. Today we're going to talk about something very common in our daily lives, our digital self. In today's generation, halos tanan sa ato kay active na sa social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, ug uban pa. Pero have you ever wondered kung kinsa gyud ka online? Our topic, digital self, helps us understand the difference between our online identity and our real-world identity. It's about how we choose to show ourselves sa internet. Usa atong gi-post, unsay atong gi-share, o unsa ang version sa atong kaugalingon ang makita sa uban. So karon atong hisgutan kung unsa gyud ang digital self, unsaon ni siya ma-form ug unsaon niya makaapekto sa atong self-concept o pagkaila sa kaugalingon. Tungod ana, usahay mabawra ang makita sa uban nga version nimo online ug makaapekto ni sa imong self-concept kung unsaon nimo pagtan-aw sa imong kaugalingon. What is digital self? So hisgutan nato ning about sa digital self. So the digital self is shaped by self-presentations where people choose what to share online. It is often so superficial, focusing on entries rather than deeper beliefs or feelings, which limits feedback and influence one's self-concept. So, ang digital self kay mauni ang version sa imong kaugalingon nga makita sa online world, like sa mga Facebook, like sa akong giingon ganiha na mga platform. Ikaw mismo ang nag-decide unsay ipakita nimo. Mao nga self-presentation siya, usually ipakita nato ang mga ganahan natong ipakita, like interest, hobbies, or happy moment. Pero dili kaayo nato ipakita ang tinuod nato nga gibati or personal struggle. Next, your online identity is not the same as your real-world identity because the characteristic you present online differ from the characteristic you present in the physical world. Maupod ni nga your online identity is not the same as your real-world identity. Kay lahi man ang imong gipakita sa online kumpara sa imong tinuod nga pagkatao sa real life. Online, pwede ka nga confident kaayo, pero sa personal, shy di ay ka or tahimik. So, lain gyud ang digital self o real self kay depende ra unsa imong gustong ipakita sa social media.
After understanding the previous topic, it is important also to explore our next topic. So our next topic is self-presentation. Self-presentation is a behavior intended to create, modify, or maintain an impression of ourselves in the minds of others. So, ang self-presentation ay yung paraan na pag-ugali natin para makagawa, makabago, o mapanatili yung impression ng ibang tao tungkol sa atin. Na para bang kapag nasa public tayo or may ibang taong nanonood, mas conscious tayo sa kilos natin kasi gusto natin na makita nila tayo in a certain way. For example, kapag nasa group work tayo, tulad ng nasa picture, minsan nag-iiba tayo ng behavior para magmukhang responsible, mabait o approachable. Hindi ito laging plastic. Like, normal lang na iniisip natin kung paano tayo nakikita ng ibang tao lalo na in social situations. And then, we'll go to impression management. Impression management is the attempt to control or influence any other people's perceptions. Like, ito yung attempt natin na kino-control o ino-influence kung ano ang magiging perception ng ibang tao sa atin. Let's say, kapag dumaan yung crush mo, bigla kang naging formal or nag-aayos ka ng buhok para magmukhang presentable. Basically, gusto natin na ma-present yung sarili natin in the best possible way depende sa situation. So, we have here the two main motives of attempting to manage the impression of others. The first one is instrumental. This motive is to basically gain rewards or increase one's self-esteem. So, this is the reason na gusto natin ng reward or positive outcomes. Like for example, nagpakitang mabait ka sa parents ng friend mo para payagan ka nila lumabas or makipag-sleep over. So, gibuhat nimo para naa kay makuha nga reward or nindot na resulta. So, possible na reward ana is sugtan mo. So, mao na ang instrumental motive. So, the last one is expressive motive. This motivation is about attempting to be in control of one's personal behavior and identity. So, that means pinapakita natin kung sino talaga tayo or yung gusto nating maging ikaw or maging ako. Like, dili siya plastic ba, like self-expression. Gusto nating makita ng ibang tao yung identity na pinapahalagahan natin. So, kung natural kang friendly or funny, ipinapakita mo yun sa tao dahil gusto mong makita nila kung sino ka talaga, hindi para may reward ka. So, ginagawa mo para ma-express yung identity mo, not to gain rewards. And that ends my report. Thank you for listening, and once again, I am Yansin Sagarino.
Hello everyone, good day. This is Hazel Piquero, your reporter in this topic. So let's tackle about self-promotion, a proactive process in which a person actively says things or takes action to show his or her competence to an audience. It is the act of actively highlighting one's own skills, achievements, or qualities to gain recognition, advancement, or other benefits. It's about making sure others are aware of your capabilities and value. For example, a student casually mentions their involvement in a successful school club or event, highlighting the leadership skills and organizational abilities they develop through the experience. And let's move on to intimidation, a display of authority or power to appear intimidating or dangerous to others. So intimidation is like the act of using power or authority or threatening behavior to make someone else feel afraid. The goal here is to control or influence others through fear. Like, for example, a group of older students constantly teasing and threatening a younger student. They demand sila ang maggama og homework. Intimidation ni kay ang older students here using their size and numbers to create fear and force the younger student to comply. And supplication, a strategy where a person uses their own weaknesses or shortcomings to gain help or advantages. Like, it is like a strategy where a person plays up their weaknesses, shortcomings, or vulnerabilities to gain help, sympathy, or advantages from others. It involves presenting oneself as helpless or in need to obtain assistance. Example, like a student who consistently claims they are too overwhelmed or incapable of completing assignments on their own, hoping that classmates will take pity and do the homework for them. This student is using supplication to avoid responsibility and gain an advantage.
Good evening, everyone. I am Jane Saligan, and I'll be continuing. Ingratiation, it is the process by which someone tries to win the approval or acceptance of another. The goal for this is to be seen as amiable and agreeable, often to gain benefit like favorable evaluations or promotions. This includes flattery, opinion conformity, and doing favors. An example for this, if a student frequently praises the professor's teaching style or researches interests after class, aiming for a favorable view that might lead to a recommendation or better consideration during grading. Exemplification, a strategic self-sacrifice so that observers may recognize the dedication. The primary goal for this is to be seen and as highly dedicated, hardworking, or morally upright. This can include working long hours, voluntarily taking on difficult tasks and drawing attentions to one's efforts and sacrifices. An example for this is if a student remains in a library, making sure that their study group peers are aware of their long extended hours in the library to be viewed as the most diligent and dedicated student. Intimidation, a display of authority or power to appear intimidating or dangerous to others. The primary goal for intimidation is to be perceived as powerful, dominant, and capable of inflicting punishment to ensure compliance. For example, there is a group project and ang leader may istorya siya kusog or he or she speaks loudly. He or she will threaten nga i-report ang members sa teachers ang dili mo sunod or dili mo tabang. So, aron walay mo challenge sa iyang decisions. Sa application, it is a strategy where a person uses their own weaknesses or shortcomings to gain help or advantages. An example for this would be a student moingon silang teacher, I really can't do this, I have no talent, hoping that the professor will lessen ang task or muhatag og extra credit. The next topic is about the impact of online interactions on the self. The main impact is how social media shapes a person's identity and self-perception, especially amongst college students and teens. Teens uses the internet and social media to seek validation and shape identity. Seeking validation online as teens or young adults, we seek validations or approval for our actions and appearance. Our sense of self-worth often becomes tied to the digital feedback that we receive, like likes, comments, and etc. The result for this, if the feedback is positive, then we feel good and satisfied. If not, we will get stressed and our self-esteem suffers because adto na tumakuha ang atong self-worth through social media. Some study shows that teens spends more time online, often presenting idealized versions of themselves. Some studies shows that teens spends more time online, often presenting idealized versions of themselves. As a teen, we spend time creating and presenting idealized versions of ourselves or a perfect self online. We filter out the bad parts and only show the good parts. As this results, this can lead to a constant pressure to maintain the facade, i-maintain ang pagka-arang ingno nato, and this creates a negative environment. Students or teens compare their real life to other people's filtered highlights, which can lead to anxiety and feelings of inadequacy. Social media can be positive. The online space allows a person to try out different identities, roles, and viewpoints without the same level of the real world consequences. This can be healthy for discovery, but can also lead to confusion, where a student might feel a huge disconnection between their authentic offline self and their curated online persona. For example, usa ka college student upili og lain-laing persona sa TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. In one platform, she is super intellectual, and sa lain, wild party goer siya. So maglibog siya kung kinsa gyud siya pag offline. People naturally compare ourselves to others. When I compare sa oneself to someone online, we are constantly exposed to the curated best of reels of our peers, leading to upward social comparison. perceived as better. This exposure often triggers malicious envy, where a person feels resentment towards the success of others and lower self-esteem. The example for this is when a student mag-scroll siya sa Instagram or Facebook where he or she can see their classmate nga nag-travel or nakadaog og scholarship and nakaingon siya dayon nga mas successful pagid sila kaysa sa kuha bisan unsa pa iyang grades. This is why you should remember that social media often shows only the idealized versions of people's lives. Your self-worth is not measured by likes or followers. Don't compare your real-life struggle to someone else's filtered highlights. Be authentic and protect your peace.
So, good evening, Sir Galasio. I am Keith Ashley Nicole Pinales, and this is the continuation about the digital self. So, what makes us so addicted? Communication is an unavoidable human need, and through social networks, it becomes amplified, shaping identity and providing social validation. Private refers to mental events in a person that are inherently unobservable by others, while public, what social psychologists consider as public, are behaviors that are open to the observation of other people. Like, in social media, naman siya uban tao nga more on kanang public and napay uban is kanang private. Ako mapagkatao is sa social media, Facebook, IG is private jud ko, like di ko ganahag ka na mag-shared post, my day, and so on. Especially sa IG, pag ko tig featured, like okay lang dyan siya, like di ko tig profile picture, like private jud na nag-stalk ni mo kay makita ng information about na ho, like yung makita na jud is kanang how ang name and so on, pero wala dyan kayo makita like birthday na ho, friends na ho, magipag-follow na ho, kay private na person lang ko. Social media, dili siya na to malikayan ng pag-communicate, bisan pag kanang wala ta makailaan na, like, for example, kanang naimura, kanang post nga kanang, like, trending kintahay, tapos kanang naibang tao bitaw, kanang apil-apilon, like, mo comment sila, bisag kanang dili relate sa ilaha, bisag dili nila close, like, kanang in social media man good is dili man dyan na malikayan ang kanang communication. So the social world is socially constructed through interactions between people, roles, rules, categorizations, stereotypes, and so on. Social networks have the power to amplify this human nature. They have broken the barriers of distance and time, of presence and visibility. They expand the possibilities of sharing and playing identities. They fulfill the most deeply felt human need of finding a psychological distinctiveness and self-definition in a social context. So, natay gitawag nga rat trap o human trap. Kapantay mo ng kanang, like, for example, kung nailaga sa inyo ka, di ba naman ay kanang trap, kaya rumadakpan ang ilaga, and then naay kanang cheese. Di ba ang mga ilaga kay addicted sa kanang cheese. And then, so, once makakita sila ana, so syempre ilhang kanon. And then, wala man sila kahibaw nga ang cheese is naa ay sa rat trap. So, inikuha nila sa cheese, di ba, maipit ng ilahang liog sa kanang trap. So, same po na sa human trap. Like, for example, kita, kung makakita man dyan ta or kanang makakonect ka ng internet, kay di man dyan na ito malikayan ng pag-social media, kay bisag makahibaw na gani ka nga, hala na ay free wifi, mundong dayon ka sa SOCMED, kay mag-scroll. So, same na siya sa rat trap. Kay ang kanang ilaga, once ma-trap na siya, is dili na dyan na siya kagawas or makabuhi. But ang human trap is makabuhi nun ka if makontrol nimo yung mga kaugalingon. Like, kaya mag-study ka, wala, naano ka sa social media, nag-scroll na noon ka. So, ano nagitawag nga human trap. Like, makakuha na gani ka nga na ay internet, mag-scroll anoon ka sa kanang social media. Important part of being human. Hence, a Facebook like or a Twitter favorite is a social signal that makes us feel good and makes us want to crave more. Like, for example, mag-post ka og kanang imong kanang picture and then nakuan ka nga, hala, daghan ning like lagi, daghan ning share nga na. So, kanang ining kasunod di mo mag-picture ka, ganahan mo ka mag-post kay hala, daghan man di mo like, daghan ganahan ani. Like, ingana bitaw nga kanang so, ako good makakuan ko sa kagalingon nga like mag-my day ko tapos daghan ning heart. So murag kanang mag-crave ako kanang murag daghan pa nga interactions kay gigapahan siguro na sila sa kuha. So mao nang kanang mag-picture pa ko kay para ako i-post tapos daghan na pud mo likes. Yung kanahag public man good kay puta kay ba karon nga generations. Kina tayo nag-uso nga evil eye bitaw nga okay ba nga like kanang ato as ang gitawag nga bulayagon. Like for example, hamis ni kag now, ibuyag ka sa kanang tinagmaydi ka nga hamis ni mong now niya. Ibuyag ka sa viewers nga hala, nice kayang panit o ana niya pagkaugma or after pila ka days is ni mong now kay napuros na bugas. Like ingana bitaw. And then mas bet na ang private self versus sa public self. Kay di man ko showing ang pagka-person. So there are summary of the various uses of the terms private and public. Private is a phenomenological experience acting only for the self. Actor controls access to information regarding self, acting in the interest of a limited number of people, while public, observable behavior, acting as agent for others, information about self not controlled by actor, and acting in the interest of the community. So, social profiles are a description of individuals' social characteristics that identify them on social media sites, such as LinkedIn and Facebook. When it comes to online, personal, or business branding, the creation of social media profiles is absolutely essential. Before the advent of the internet, only companies had to worry about their brands. Now, individuals do as well, especially individuals who are open to or actively seeking new job opportunities. So, like for example, kung mag-create ka ng business, like imong business is milk tea, and then sa inyong silingan is wala kay hilig milk tea, so kanang murag kanang hini kay halin. So imong buhaton is imuhang kanang i-post sa kanang Facebook na mao ni nagaligya kag milk tea nga na pag after pila ka days is mo to ning order nga na. So ang social media is dako jud kay nga tabang sa ato apat na apod siya negative nga mga effects. So there are possible advantages of making your online profile public. First is it facilitates open communication that could lead to better and faster information discovery and delivery. So kanang mag-public kasi mga profile is kanang dali ra ka ma-access kanang gusto nga mo message sa imuha tungod kay naka-public ra, dali ra makita nimo ang profile, dili ra sila maglisod-lisod og pangita nga uyo sa FB ni kuan nga na ana. Next is it allows open discussion on ideas and the posting of news, asking of questions, and sharing of links. Kay if mag-public mangud ka is kanang sa tawag oy naay kanang pwede ka matag na like pwede sila maka-post sa imuhang kanang newsfeed. Kay if private mangud kay kanang makalimit siya nga kanang pwede ka mo sa settings nga kanang dili allow imuhang mga friends nga mo-post sa imuhang newsfeed nga na. And then it targets a wide audience, making it a useful and effective tool to increase your networks of friends. Kung mag-public mangud ka is kanang naay mulabay nga mga suggestion friends like for example nag-scroll imuhang kaila tapos nilabay imuhang profile amo to pwede ka nila i-add kay dili ra man kayo makita ni imuhang profile. The next is if you are an entrepreneur, it improves business reputation and client base with minimal use of advertising. Kung mag-business jud ka, di jud pwede nga mag-private kag account ni jud public kay if mag-private ka unsa pagkahibaw nila nga ay namaligi aday si ko ug ana so dapat mag-public jud ka kay aron daghan makita si mong post ala nag-business day ka din maingganyo sad sila. And then naapoy ka ng possible risk sa mag-public ka o kanang profile. First is, it opens up the possibility for hackers to commit fraud and launch spam and various attacks. Especially karon nga generations kay daghan na kayo nga mga hacker kay kanang bitawng uban nga gaman-gaman kag storya ng imong account kay gamiton sa uban kaybaw nga gihack-hack na daito kanang imong gigamit imong account kay para mang scam og lain na. And then the next is it increases the risk of people falling prey to online scams that seem genuine, resulting in data or identity thief. Kana pud tong sim sa giingon na kanang scam dinito nagiimuhang account imbis kay kanang nangayo og hinabang sa lain kay kuno nasakit ka pero wala ito. The next is kung naapoy kanang possible advantage making your online profile public. Naapoy some advantages of making your online profile private. First is you have control over viewers. You only connect with those you want to communicate with. So example ni is ako nga pagkatao is di ko ganahag public. So ang account is naka-private siya pat wala siya naka-lock. Ang account is imo siya profile wala information nga makita about sa ako kay kanang sa tawagan na manggoy uban na kanang kaning social media manggod is bata kahiba kung kinsa jud naggunit ani. So naay possibilities nga kanang imong mga information nga gipangbutang nimo is kuhaon sa uban nga na para mo scam sad. So ang mga informations nga akong gibutang sa akong account is dili sa original like imong birthday is imong i-fake and etc. And then next is your online profile is protected from scammers and bashers. So if mag-private ka and then nakalock sa dimhang profile, so naasa ka ng advantages nga dili makuan sa mga scammers ana pero karon nga generation is hectic naman good. Especially kanang mga anad sa kanang IT or computer. So syempre ma-hack jud na nila. The naapoy disadvantages of a private profile. First is your network is very limited. Thus, you close your doors to opportunities that social networking bring. So, kana bitang imbis kay kanang like namoy group studies tapos kanang need man jud na kanang i-add sa GC nga na tapos imong account kay dili makita kay kunuhay naka-private kay nga na. So kanang moral disadvantages pud siya kay may ubang tao pa kay gamay rag patience nga na di man kita ni account oy nga na. The next is your engagement is very low. So makarelate jud ko ani kay private man ako ang profile so dili ko kay interact sa kanang sockmed. I'm not into comments, shared post or unsa pa na. The next is, you do not get to meet interesting people with whom you can exchange ideas or learn from. Ako is, dili man ko more into Facebook. But I'm messenger noon kay in case sa mga GC, sa school purposes. But active ko sa TikTok. Dili ko makakuan kayo sa Facebook sa mga news. But kanang makaibaw po ko sa kanang TikTok. And then last is, if you are an entrepreneur, a private profile will not help you grow your business. So, syempre, kung mag-business yun, galit yun, pwede nga mag-private ka profile, no? Dapat public yun, kaya makahibaw ang tanan para makashare sa di mga friends nga. Kanang ma-share sa mga friends, mga business, ma-promote po nila. Karon daghan po mo palit sa imuha, ana. So, that's all.
Again, this is Hazel Piquero. your reporter in this topic. So, let's tackle about individual versus social identity. Personal identity refers to one's unique self-concept shaped by personal traits, experiences, and choices, while social identity comes from group memberships that provide pride and belonging. Together, they emerge to form a complete sense of who we are as individuals and as members of society. Individual identity, this is what makes you you. It's your unique mix of personality traits, experiences, and the choices you make. For example, imagine a person who loves to paint, values honesty, and always stands up for what they believe in. These qualities are part of their individual identity. Social identity. This comes from the groups you belong to. These groups could be based on your nationality, ethnicity, religion, hobbies, or even your favorite sports team. For example, someone might identify as a proud member of the chess club or a passionate environmentalist. These affiliations shape how they see themselves and how others see them. So, kaning individual identity nimo mao jud ni ikaw, while social identity gikan siya sa mga grupo nga apil ka or mga religion, nationality, ethnicity nimo, and many more groups. For example, kantahay individual identity, a person is creative or introverted and loves to read. Social identity, they are a member of a book club. So how they interact, their love for reading, individual that leads them to join the book club social, where they express their creativity by suggesting unique interpretations of the books. Ang imong individual individual ug social nga identity dili sila separated. Nag-blend noon sila together or maka-create og complete nga picture kung kinsa ka. You might express your individuality through your social groups, or your social identity might influence the personal choices you make. Let's move on to gender and sexuality online. The internet shapes young people's values and attitudes, reinforcing gender stereotypes and influencing views on women, men, and the LGBTQ+ community. So, influence and values and attitudes. The internet exposes young people to a wide range of ideas about gender and sexuality, some of which can reinforce stereotypes. For example, social media might promote unrealistic beauty standards for women or portray men as always needing to be strong and emotionless. A stereotype is a fixed, overgeneralized belief about a group, used to simplify the social world. It assumes all members share the same traits, leading to categorizations and prejudice, us versus them mentality. And then a stereotype is when you take one idea you have about a large group and apply it to every single individual who is part of that group. The internet can sometimes amplify stereotypes like the idea that all gamers are antisocial or that all members of the LGBTQ+ community share the same lifestyle. Mao siya maka-lead to prejudice and discrimination. And the internet affects how people explore sexuality with both opportunities and risk. The internet provides opportunities for people to explore their sexuality, connect with others, and find information. However, it also comes with risk, such as exposure to misinformation, online harassment, and potential exploitation. For example, someone might use the internet to learn about different sexual orientations or to find support groups, but they might also encounter cyberbullying or pressure to engage in unwanted activities. That's all. Thank you for listening.